very pleased with the progress and growth of SCMAF. It's just gone like a wildfire and gone all the way from the Los Angeles area, clear up to San Joaquin, clear up into the mountainous areas, all over. We have federation groups now formed all over the state of California supporting SCMAF. And I'm very pleased with the growth of SCMAF.
SCMAF has been a great thing for Southern California. It's certainly pulled together recreation agencies throughout Southern California in offering the sports programs. We've serviced the needs of millions of people who participated in the programs and will continue to do so for many years.
The great thing about SCMAF is the inclusion that it fosters, both with the participants in our programs and the professionals that facilitate those programs. For our participants, SCMAF is really a come one, come all inclusive organization, from the athlete that's a seasoned veteran in a sport to the athlete that's just starting out, just learning a sport. Everybody's invited. That's what makes SCMAF so great.
SCMAF has been an amazing organization for me to be involved in. I started as a young recreation supervisor in the city of Buena Park, and had the opportunity to join SCMAF from one of my mentors who encouraged me to participate. I'm grateful that I'll have some outstanding professional relationships for years to come. And the primary focus of this organization was to provide quality services to our residents, our constituents, and all of our municipal agencies. And it's the organization that gets things done.
Well, I think just becoming identified as an organization to promote sports throughout California was our biggest challenge. There were no such thing as softball tournaments, basketball tournaments, football tournaments, cross country. There wasn't such a thing. So SCMAF undertook the obligation to try and form tournaments in all of those events.
We had a communication gap. The people in SCMAF, and we were a pretty big geographic area as we are now, felt that there was not enough communication coming from everything was done at the board level. The people in the outlying areas, except for San Diego, weren't really getting their representation, they felt. That's how sports scene came to be. And that was in my second presidency in 1969. We decided that we need to do something like this. So we had some energetic people, Bernie Boomer and Lynn Chase, who spearheaded it, put in the time, a great deal of time, and developed sports scene, which is still in effect today, of reporting on what happens at the board, what happens in activities.
When I think about the differences technology-wise that we have today versus what we had to deal with back then, first of all, we didn't have email. So everything was done, made copies, you put it on the ditto machine or whatever, and put it into an envelope, mail it, and wait for it to be received wherever it was going. We also didn't have the computers like we have today. So those really were the challenges. We didn't know what we were missing, but when you compare to what you have technology-wise today versus what we had to deal with back then, it's pretty amazing.
We had a lot of great successes in my years on the board, particularly in my year as president-elect and president. We were very, very successful at significantly expanding the training opportunities to our members. For example, it was the first year ever that SCMAF ran a pre-conference institute along with the California Park and Rec Society conference. We continued to expand our annual sports institute every year. And on the business side of things, it was the first time we developed a financial master plan for SCMAF that identified what our financial goals were and what our financial limitations were. And it really helped zero us in on our mission and our primary objectives at that time in our history.
SCMAF is in the mid-form of changing. We've got a new board organization structure that we've just adopted and planning to implement next year. We're bringing in a lot of new faces and new people involved in the board. They'll be involved in the administration and in the programming of SCMAF, so we look forward to some great things there.
What stands out in my mind is a very strong memory of SCMAF and what comes to my mind is the passing of my wife in October of 1999. Realizing, as many of the wives do realize, the members of SCMAF spend an awful lot of time away from home. They're gone nights, they're gone weekends, they're gone away from home so much to carry on these SCMAF activities. And so when my wife passed away, I wanted to do something to recognize women's part of our lives. And so I established the Jim Bishop Memorial Fund in honor of my wife.
I think the thing that just really impresses me about SCMAF is that they don't forget where they came from. They really honor and respect those of us who, I don't know if I should say old-timers, but who started with SCMAF. They still include us and really go to a lot of effort to bring us back, and I think that's very cool. It speaks very highly for SCMAF.
They just provide a valuable service. They're moving into new arenas now with childhood obesity, combating childhood obesity and diabetes, and healthy cities types of initiatives. These are kind of new areas for an organization that's always been very sports oriented. And it's just great to see SCMAF expanding into those realms. And again, I think it bodes very well for the future of SCMAF and for the profession in general.
There's a lot of us past presidents that were more active many years ago, but we still stay involved and we still stay supportive of SCMAF. It's one of the few professional organizations in our business that not only offers wonderful benefits and services to the members, to us professionals, but more importantly offers services and programs directly to millions of people over the course of its history that live in our cities, that work in our businesses, and it's just a fabulous organization, and I wish us another 60 years.